time I am doing my WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view predictions. The pay-per-view is less than 24 hours away. Overall, the card looks alright, not like really good, but not terrible like Battleground or not. Battleground and Night of Champions look good on paper, but ended up not being as good. This looks decent on paper as well, and let's hope it delivers. So, I'll go ahead and get into my predictions. I apologize for no SmackDown review. I had to work at my job, and by the time I got home, I didn't have time to watch SmackDown or do the review, so I apologize, but I'm doing my predictions. So, enough of me rambling on. Let's get to the matches. None of these are in any particular order, by the way. First match, we have the pre-show match. Curtis Axel, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Big E Langston. This is the pre-show match for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this match overall should be good. It's on the pre-show, though, which takes a little bit away from the match because of the time that they'll give them. It'll probably be 7 to 10 minutes, I'd imagine. Pre-show matches aren't as long as you'd hope they would be. There are a lot of times they're more building than the actual match itself. But this match, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be some good action. For most of you, or some of you don't know, most of you probably do. This feud was really set up on SmackDown when Big E Langston turned face from a heel. CM Punk beat Big E Langston. Paul Heyman called Big E Langston like subpar or something, like an NXT rookie, and Big E Langston took that offensively and then took out Ryback and Axel teaming up with Punk. Then they teamed up on Raw, etc., etc. So it goes on from there. So they've been feuding for the past couple weeks since Big E's turned face. So it should be pretty interesting, but it is on the pre-show. I could easily see Big E winning. It's really up for grabs, but I think Curtis Axel is going to hold it for another month, and I think you're still going to have the one of the Paul Heyman guys, holding a belt. So, my pick, Curtis Axel. The next match we have AJ Lee, the Divas Championship match. AJ Lee, the current Divas Champion, versus Brie Bella. AJ already has held it since Payback when she won it over Kaitlyn. She's had a pretty good run as Divas Champ. I think she's brought some prestige a little bit to the title and made it somewhat interesting. Whereas in the past year and a half, it hasn't really been. The person that's been holding it's just been kind of whatever. Eve Torres has held it, but there just hasn't been enough people to compete to make the Divas title picture interesting. But so far right now, this match I'm not like dreading, to be perfectly honest with you. It should be decent. Their match at Battleground wasn't bad. AJ Lee retained against Brie Bella, and we have the same match this time as well. Brie Bella pinned AJ Lee a couple times so far to get this to earn the title shot again. She pinned her once on SmackDown and then another time on Raw, and then she won a tag match. So far Brie's got an upper hand. Again, another match that's up in the air. A lot of these matches on the card are not very easily predictable. But I'm going to go with AJ Lee to retain here. I could easily see Brie Bella winning, but I see AJ Lee retaining. So my pick, AJ Lee in a pretty good match. Next match we have will be the Tag Team Championship match. Triple Threat Tag Team Championship, I guess you could say. Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes and Goldust, the current tag team champions, versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, the former tag team champions of the Shield, versus the Usos. If you remember, Goldust and Cody Rhodes won it on Raw 2 weeks ago when they knocked off Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins of the Shield in a sort of, the way WWE used it, kind of like an upset victory, kind of out of nowhere, to be perfectly honest. So it's been interesting so far to see Goldust and Rhodes as champion. I do like them as tag team champions. They're a very entertaining team. You can't go wrong with Goldust. I really like him. But as the Shield are also very exciting in their own right. I do like the Shield as well, and the Usos, I like them too. I think they're talented and very underrated, to be perfectly honest with you. If it was up to me, I'd prefer the Usos to be tag team champions, because I think they deserve it. But unfortunately, I really don't see that happening. I think it's a toss-up between Cody Rhodes and Goldust winning, or Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. This match, I'm sure you'll see some high-flying action with the Usos, some near falls. I think this could be the show stealer. I think this could be the best match of Hell in a Cell. If you think about it, it could be one of the best match, if not the best. It probably won't be the best, but I imagine it'd be one of the best of a show stealer match on the card. So, but my prediction here, I think Triple H is going to come out and screw him, and I think he's going to reverse the decision, or something's going to happen where Triple H or Stephanie McMahon or somebody interferes. Dean Ambrose will come into play for sure, since this is not in the cell. So to be perfectly honest with you, I see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins winning this match and becoming your new WWE Tag Team Champions. So my pick, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. The next match we have will be the, what is the other match? Oh yeah, the 2-on-1 handicap match. It's in the cell, by the way, in the steel cage, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say a cell. CM Punk versus Ryback and Paul Heyman. Now this match should be pretty good, hopefully. The handicap match we saw at Night of Champions were Axel and Heyman versus CM Punk. Punk seemed to be winning that match. He was beating the crap out of Heyman with a kendo stick, and still out of nowhere Ryback comes out, throws CM Punk through a table, saves Paul Heyman, and that's eventually turning Ryback into a Paul Heyman guy. CM Punk won last 3 weeks ago, actually, at Battleground, the last WWE pay-per-view. He low-blowed Ryback. Ryback fell down, and that was the ending of a not very good match. Really disappointing, if you ask me. Probably one of the most disappointing matches on that card, besides the WWE Championship main event. But hopefully this match will be better. I'm sure in the steel cage you'll see some entertaining action with Paul Heyman. CM Punk, can't go wrong with him, and Ryback, you just never know what you're going to get from him. It could be entertaining, it could not be entertaining, it could just be a snooze fest. Who knows? I personally like Ryback. I just think WWE's buried him when he lost all those matches on pay-per-view. Just didn't give him a fair shake, to be perfectly honest. If you remember last year, he faced CM Punk at Hell in a Cell in the main event until Brad Maddox went rogue as a ref, low-blowed Ryback. Punk rolled Ryback up and retained the WWE Championships, and then after that it went downhill from there. But this match, enough of me talking about Ryback, this match should be good. I think CM Punk's going to win. I could see Ryback and Heyman winning to get the upper hand, since Punk's won the past 2 times in this feud against Heyman and his Paul Heyman guys. But I see Punk winning. I see Punk getting his hands on Paul Heyman in the cell, nowhere to run from Paul Heyman, and then CM Punk beating the crap out of him, tossing him around the ring, making it entertaining at the end. So that's what I see happening. On the other hand, I could see a new Paul Heyman guy. Somebody could interfere, get through the steel cage somehow, and interfere and give Ryback and Heyman the win, like Curtis Axel, for instance, who's already a Paul Heyman guy. But my pick is going to be CM Punk. I just think he's going to be able to win, get his hands on Paul Heyman, and then kind of make it even more entertaining. So yeah, CM Punk, my pick. Alright, the next match we have is a match, Los Matadores versus Real Americans. This match should be okay. It probably won't get too much time. It'll probably get 5 to 6 minutes, if that. Probably 7, to be perfectly honest. I think this feud started, like, not this SmackDown, but the SmackDown before, so it wasn't Friday, but the Friday before. So when Zeb Coulter was talking about Los Matadores, and then the Los Matadores came out in the middle of Real Americans match, Zeb Coulter stood at the bottom of the ramp El Torito gored Zeb Coulter in the bottom, and that's how they said. So Rhino must be offended because that really wasn't a gore. It was more like a poke with plastic horns, if you ask me. But enough of me hating on El Torito. I have nothing against him or the Los Matadores. I do find them entertaining, and I enjoy watching them. So, Real Americans, I like to see this feud last a while, to be honest, too, like maybe a month and a half. This would be interesting with the back and forth how Los Matadores illegally crossed the border from Zeb Coulter, is what he'd probably say. It's what he's been saying. I think it'd be fun to see a feud between them. And I think Los Matadores, they just kind of, if you don't know, they just kind of debuted a month ago, but really they were already current wrestlers in the WWE, Epico and Primo. They just put them in masks, so really they didn't debut. But as the Los Matadores, they did. But my pick, I think Los Matadores is going to get the win here. I don't to give them a push. I think it'd be really stupid if Real Americans won. To be honest, I don't see a chance the Real Americans even win here, or it'd be pretty dumb to see that happen because it'd ruin Los Matadores' debut, first month, and their push. So my pick here, Los Matadores. Our next match we have is Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE actually the world. I'll get to that at the end. The next match we have, I apologize, is Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't think this match is in the cell or the steel cage. I'm a big Alberto Del Rio fan. A lot of people don't like him, but I really do like him. Really good in the ring, entertaining. Maybe on the mic he's decent. A lot of people don't like him, but whatever. That's their opinion. First is the returning John Cena. Yes, I'm not a Cena fan. In fact, I don't like him at all. I respect what he does outside the ring, and in the ring he's alright, whatever. But just not a big Cena fan. Never have been, probably never will be. But enough of me talking about who I like and who I don't. Let's get to the match. Del Rio's held the World Heavyweight Championship since Payback, where he beat Ziggler. Since then, he's knocked off the likes of Rob Van Dam and Christian and retained it. Just a lot of people thought by now he would have lost it, but he hasn't. So good for him and good for WWE keeping the title on him. I mean, as a heel, he's a lot better than the face. I just don't think it's really fair to just throw John Cena in the World Heavyweight Championship title picture when he hadn't been there in like 3 months. But heck, I guess it's his name. It draws pay-per-view buys, and it's best for business, as WWE might say, and Triple H. As much as I want Del Rio to win and retain, I just really don't see it happening. I could see something happen where like Del Rio does something to not make somebody interferes with Cena, but or like a no contest or a double count out or probably the most likely thing is if you watch the Sports Courier, Fred Rashani, he said that the most likely thing would be the match would end in a disqualification. So I could see that happening too, but my pick, John Cena to become your new World Heavyweight Champion. It should be a good match, though. The next match and final match, the main event, Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan for the vacant WWE Championship in the steel cage, in the cell. This match should be good, hopefully. Their match at Battleground was kind of a screwy thing when Big Show knocked everybody out to end in a no contest. United Champions, Daniel Bryan won with a fast count, and the next night got stripped of the title. Since then, it's been vacant. Up until now, where we're guaranteed to be crowned a new champion. We should have gotten one at Battleground, but no, we didn't. That's what made the pay-per-view so sucky. What are you going to do? I think this match would be good. If these guys go at it back and forth, though I'm sure there'll be some interference. I'm sure there'll be a swerve of some sort. I'm sure Stephanie McMahon or Triple H probably get involved with the Shield will to help Randy Orton. I could see people countering that and taking out the Shield, coming to Daniel Bryan's aid. But I think this match should be good. Daniel Bryan, you can't go wrong. Randy Orton's always entertaining in the ring. I think Daniel Bryan's so over with the crowd. A lot of people say that he should have just kept it at SummerSlam if he's going to win it the next month and Randy Orton won't after he cashed in. But this feud's really been going on since SummerSlam when Randy Orton cashed in on Daniel Bryan to become the new WWE Champion after Bryan held it for like 5 minutes when he knocked off Cena. But this match should be good, hopefully. Now, I think what's going to happen is in the future, I think Randy Orton will feud with somebody else, or maybe we'll have like a triple threat or something. But my pick here, I'm going with Daniel Bryan to become your new WWE Champion. Yes! 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 And that is my pick, Daniel Bryan, and a pretty good match. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed my Hell in a Cell predictions. Sorry if I rambled on a little bit. But yeah, hope you enjoyed my predictions. Check out my other videos and subscribe, and check out my review after Hell in a Cell. And yeah, thanks guys.